Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the debut episode of the Paroxysm podcast. I am James Southern here with John Kirk. Man, it's our re-debut. Our re-debut. What the fuck are we going with?
I think we're going with re-debut on this because, for one, the Sports Shack has officially died.
It's fucking dead in the water.
Yeah, and we put out the promo for this, and, well, here it is.
Indeed, man, the Paroxysm podcast. For folks that don't know, paroxysm is a sudden outburst of emotion. So that's pretty much what the show's going to be. You know, because we love talking about sports and talking about wrestling, but we got other shit we want to talk about. We want to rant, we want to rave, and that's what this podcast is going to allow us to do.
Absolutely. I mean, there's stuff that has been boggling my mind here recently. And, why don't we start off the show with kind of a feel-good moment?
A feel-good moment from us when I dropped an F-bomb within the first 30 seconds of the show?
Well, let's just put it this way. One of the most legendary players of the NFL is out of prison.
Indeed, the juice. OJ Simpson out of prison. Gonna be out on parole October 1st, I believe. October 1st, October 7th.
Sometime in October, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, early October, within that first week, I think. I think it's the first.
Yeah, and I am just happy to say, hey, he's out. Because, he got put in jail over the robberies that he had nothing to do with, except for actually stealing the sports memorabilia.
Yeah, this whole... I don't think he should have been in jail for 9 years in the first place. Because they've charged him with criminal conspiracy, armed robbery, kidnapping, and all that combined got him 9 years. First off, he wasn't the one with the gun.
Yeah,
he didn't even know there was a gun.
The whole statement with that is they were thinking probably back to the whole Nicole Brown Simpson thing, and
which they shouldn't have done.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't. You're not supposed to be able to be judged based on past crimes, even if you committed them.
But, either way, it's just good to hear that he's finally being released, because someone like OJ Simpson does not need to be in prison. Because I don't see him being the kind of guy that'll be like, oh, hey, just because I stole something, I should be in prison. No. You should probably get maybe 90 days in jail.
Yeah, and that stuff was stolen from him originally. He was going to go and talk to the guy and try to get his stuff back. One of his fucking goons pulled a gun. And now all of a sudden he's going to jail for armed robbery. And those guys got off with a plea deal by saying, oh yeah, OJ told me to do it. And it's fucking... I like to believe in the American justice system. But when two guys can take a fucking plea deal and serve a couple months in jail, while OJ serves 9 years in prison at fucking 61 years old. Now he's 70 years old, missed 32 of his kids' birthdays because he's got, 3 kids, 4 kids, something like that. It's bullshit.
Yeah, and, I the way I look at things is, what our listeners may or may not know is I was actually sent to jail once before for a stupid fine.
Well, we could all assume that you have been to jail at some point. I mean, it'd be reasonable to assume that most people in the U.S. have been to jail at some point.
But mine was just for not paying a fine. I was supposed to be in jail for, a week, because that's when the next court date was. But the stupid dumbass lady who puts people on the fucking docket decided, hey, let's fuck this guy over, and decide to say, hey, you're going to be in jail for 30 days. Miss your own father's birthday. Which, by the way, we have to put this out. Happy birthday to Jimmy Dale Kirk, my father, who just turned 60.
Indeed. Happy birthday, Pops. Well, happy belated birthday. when this airs. 60 years old. Shit, let's aim for 60 more, shall we? Nah, man. But no,
No, no, no, no.
seriously though, shout out to
I,
Pops. He's put us over since day one.
I
So,
don't, I don't want Pops alive when I'm 87, gonna be 87.
oh shit, that would put you at 87 in 6 years. God damn.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, seriously though, happy birthday, Pops. Thanks for putting us over for since day one. Big backer of the Sports Shack, and now the Paroxysm podcast.
But
But
speaking of parolees, here recently there was a internet hoax, which should be no surprise because on the
when is there not an internet hoax?
exactly. But recently there was an internet hoax that Charles Manson was released on parole, would be released in October, and would be living in Tyler, Texas.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you ever think that he's gonna get out, he being Charles Manson, pronouns, pal, goddamn. Uh, if you think he is ever getting out on parole, you're fucking stupid. There's no
Yeah,
fucking
I,
hope.
someone like me who has seen a lot of sides to the Manson family stories. Because, I admit practically whenever a new movie or any kind of movie comes out about a serial killer, I watch it because, I have a sick, twisted mind like that, anyways, because I'm a big fan of Rob Zombie's movies and look how fucking gory those are. But I think someone who did not have anything to do with a murder. I mean, yes, there is a whole conspiracy that he actually murdered someone, then had his cult, the Manson family, kill other people. Um, but I think he should only be held accountable for the one murder he did. And if that was true, and which I know a lot of people are going to argue with me about it, um,
Well, I'm gonna fucking argue with you because I'm here. My point is, when have we not argued? We might as well be
exactly.
fucking brothers. We will. Hey, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. But if anybody does it, I am kicking your ass. No, but I think where he's charged with all these murders is he's I believe he's technically charged with conspiracy to commit murder. So that means that he planned the murders. That doesn't necessarily mean he committed them, but I think that's where they're gonna get him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But to hold him, like, I believe we had this conversation before. Um, but to hold him in, um, a federal state prison instead of putting him in an insane asylum, I think is wrongful. Um, my reason being is, Charles Manson, he, whenever he goes to parole meetings, he has this whole "I am Jesus Christ, I am the one true God" and all that shit.
He never
But,
helps himself.
but the fact remains that he should be in an insane asylum getting help instead of being kept locked up inside a tiny ass jail.
Touche, because I've never seen a roomy jail cell, but and I mean you gotta know the guy's crazy. I mean the motherfucker here we'll bring some wrestling terminology into this. He gigged himself so fucking hard he has a permanent scar of a swastika in his fucking forehead. That's some Dusty Rhodes Abdullah the Butcher style gigging.
Yeah, and I mean, I had a chance to meet Abdullah, but I didn't. But I have seen pictures of him and everything, and if you look at his forehead And if you ever looked at Dusty's forehead, you would see that dark markings from all the times that they have bladed throughout all the years.
Dusty had a fucking road map on his forehead.
Abdullah, he's just got a bumpy ass country road.
He got like 3 or 4 fucking speed bumps right just above his eyes. But no, I mean, a fucking good friend of ours, Alfred, he's got some gig marks, but he ain't got nothing so deep it left a scar that is still visible like Charles Manson. So I think if you got to be a little bit crazy to be in the wrestling business. We'll get into that maybe sometime later on down the road. Um, but you got to be really fucking crazy to fucking gig yourself so deep that you fucking what he probably did that in the 70s or 80s. He's still got a fucking gig mark on his forehead that you can see it is a visible swastika. It's not a oh he might have scratched himself. You can fucking tell he was digging chunks out.
Oh, yeah, and I remember hearing a story from Dusty about, how nowadays, whenever they do a blade job before we went to the PG era, um, that nowadays, if you ever notice, they only do, the small cuts, that way it gives the effect. But to, do yourself so deep that it leaves scar tissue, I
Here
you're
I'm
an idiot.
gonna do some Dusty Roads here. I'm gonna have to. This is the American dream, baby, and I'm here to talk to you today about doing the gigging. You digging your head there, say, baby. And so you take your blade, and if you do it right, it ain't gonna hurt, alright? It's gonna sting. It's like nicking yourself with a razor. You ever nicked yourself like that, baby? So you take it and you stick it in your forehead. You want to go deep. You want feel your bone up in there, alright? Now, here what you do. You do one quick jerk, alright? You say, yeah, right across. Alright, baby. And then if you do it right, if you do it quick, you're gonna get a little bit blood, but gonna make with the sweat up on the forehead, alright? Give the crimson mask, baby, if you will, alright. Alright, sorry, I had to fucking break out the dusty roads.
Hey, it's not as bad as one of our past ones when we had when somehow the American dream came back to life when we had our good friend Bruce Pritchard on.
Yeah, Bruce came on, and all of a sudden we had Dusty with us. And we had Macho Man. Speaking of Macho Man impressions, we got to get Mikey Gordon from Fist Combat back on the show. He's got a Macho Man that rivals Bruce Pritchard. I would damn near say that rivals fucking Macho Man. Um, but no,
And
we got to
even
get.
rivals mine. I mean, come on.
It's been certainly better than mine. Oh yeah. Um,
Come on. We know yours is terrible.
Yeah, I know. I've never been good at the Macho Man, but the American Dream, I'm the continuation of the American Dream. Uh,
But you can do it! Whenever you're the cream of the crop, rise to the top. Oh, yeah!
yeah, okay. Anyways, but no, we'll have Mikey on the show, and he's got the fucking best Macho Man I've ever heard. He's a good dude. Speaking of Mikey, I'm gonna be hanging out with him. I'm gonna put over the gathering of the Juggalos, even though if I can't get in because I'm a fucking minor. Uh,
Which shout out to all my homies that are out there.
Shout out to the Juggalos. Whoop whoop. Uh, But Mikey's gonna be in town for that. He's gonna be at Mid South Wrestling Friday. I'm gonna go out there, hit him up, see what's good with him. So yeah, shit, I forgot where we were going with that. Oh yeah, gig marks and shit. I guess that kind of ties into the last time I was at Mid South because that's gonna be my first time at Mid South since I fucking blew out my ankle there. I don't think I've told the story, but last time I was there, and actually it was kind of partially the reason for the end of the Sports Shack. Uh, I was there on a Friday because I was going to be producing promos with Alfarad and Cody Dixon back when they were doing Devastation Reborn, which is available back in our archives, the Sports Shack archives, and it's also available on the Alfarad YouTube page. Uh, and I'm not putting that over just because I run it. Actually, yeah, I kind of am. But uh, no, we're gonna be doing some promo with them. We ended up not filming anything, so I was gonna get some in-ring time in, and some little fucking shithead picked my ankle, and it was one of the workers' kids. Picked my ankle without me knowing it. I rolled over my ankle, tore 2 ligaments, fractured it, sprained it beyond fucking damn near anything they'd seen, and ended up being out of action for 10 weeks. So it'll be good to get back in the Mid-South, and I am not getting in the fucking ring, or if I am looking for snot-nosed brats in the front row.
Well, it's it's people like those little kids that get on my nerves in the wrestling business.
Well, and here's the thing is, I thought he knew better, because, well, he did it the first time, and how... I'm gonna fucking let out some kayfabe here, let out a little bit of the business. When something like that happens, you put your hands around the guy's ankle, and that is their cue to take the face bump. The face bump is on them.
Right.
Well, the second time I do it, well, first off, I didn't know it was coming, so I was halfway turned around to hook the ropes, so that I didn't fucking fall out of the ring like some mark I saw do in Texas, and likely on Mephisto when the rope snaps, we'll either throw that video up or during this part of the show, or we'll share it on our Facebook page. We'll probably do both. And I was halfway turned around when he pulled my ankle, so I rolled across my ankle. So I thought he'd known. I mean, he was a worker's kid, because that would be the only reason you're at the building at like 4 o'clock. So I thought he knew, but fucking little shits. I mean, it's funny because you get some kids like that, like Alfred's kid. He's taught him the basics. He's taught him how to bump and run the ropes and shit like that. So I figured this kid knew what he was doing, but fucking, I guess not.
Yeah, I just think that, for one, you should never let a kid, yes, I admit, they're your kid, but you should not let them get close to the ring when someone is practicing or when a match is going on. Um, I will say this once, I have actually been the babysitter of little Lenny.
Little Lenny Cena, I'll put over his Facebook page too. So yeah,
Yeah,
I put everybody over. I put fucking kids over.
except for one which we shall not mention.
Oh yeah, we ain't putting that kid over. Fuck that kid.
I mean, that kid gets better guests than we do.
Yeah, fuck that kid.
But anyways, back to what I was saying. Um,
Lenny sitting.
yeah, so he would be running around, and I remember Lenny says to me, big Lenny.
But big Lenny, little Lenny. Need to keep that shit separate.
Yeah, but anyway, okay, I should say Mephisto.
Mephisto.
But
Lenny Senior.
I was sitting there running Mephisto's gimmick booth,
The gimmick table. Everyone's favorite gimmick table.
and he comes out before the show. He's like, "Hey, I need you to do me a favor. Watch my kid for me." I was like,
So,
"Okay." And he says,
you got to do it for a friend,
and he says, if he acts up, tell him that if he keeps acting up, he's gonna come out and beat his ass. I was like, "Okay."
You wanted to take the opportunity to tell a little kid that his daddy was going to beat his ass. That's all you wanted to do. Admit it.
Oh, hey, I have actually had the opportunity to be a father for a little while, and I've actually gotten to beat some ass.
I don't want to. I don't want to fucking know that story. Just keep going.
But anyways,
Shit.
why don't we go on to the subject about suicide?
Well, that's a fucking turnaround. We go from you watching Mephisto's kid to suicide. God damn, we need to. Did you not fucking read the sheet? Did you not read? Oh shit, I'm kayfabing this shit. We might as well edit this out.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck that. I'm too lazy to edit shit.
But
Anyways, shitty transition
suicide.
aside.
So this past week we have lost Chester Bennington of Lincoln Park.
Indeed, on the a little after a month after we lost Chris Cornell, uh, and
On Chris Cornell's birthday.
Cornell's birthday, yes.
By the way, just an odd thing that a lot of people have been pointing out.
Mm-hmm.
Robin Williams, Chris Cornell, and Chester Bennington all committed suicide.
Yes.
Which I still say it's bullshit about Robin Williams committing suicide because I don't think he's ever that kind of guy.
Well, and I don't think that's the case with Cornell either. I mean, he had taken one too many. Well, actually, I think it was two too many Ativan. Jesus, English hard enough.
Ativan?
Yeah, which has been shown to make people act more impulsively. His wife had accused him of taking other medications. He probably freaked out and was worried about disappointing her. And Ativan's been shown to make you act more impulsively.
Right.
And he might have just. So I don't really. I think 2 out of those 3 cases aren't really suicide. I mean, sure, it was taking your own life, which technically classifies as suicide, but I don't think they were in the right frame of mind when they were doing that.
What I'm trying to point out here is, everyone's been pointing this out as well. Have you ever noticed what kind of dog they've had?
The fuck? What kind of dog they have tie into their suicides?
Each of them owned a pug at the time of their suicide.
Are you trying to make some logical fallacy connection between pugs and suicide?
No, I'm trying to say that the pugs are fucking responsible.
Well, I've got a fucking pug chihuahua mix being lazy on the couch in there, so. And I haven't committed suicide in the 12 years we've had him.
Okay, it's different with you because he's a mixed breed.
So you're saying pugs are evil?
Yes.
That's okay. I'm gonna get you a fucking pug, and you're gonna love him because you fucking love any animal.
That is true. But
you'd be like, oh my god, you got me a dog! You are our real friend!
But anyways...
Best friends by each other's dogs. There you go. There's a fucking quote. Put that shit on his t-shirt.
So, one of the points, though, is... Well, it's not a point, I should say. To be honest, I never really liked Linkin Park after their collaboration with Jay-Z.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I was never really a big Linkin Park fan, but it's still sad to see all this go down. Of course, our thoughts and prayers are with his family, Linkin Park's fans. It's always rough for anybody to have to deal with the loss of a loved one or a friend. But our thoughts and prayers are with them. So.
But hey, there is one good thing, though.
There's a good thing in this?
Yes. Him and his good friend are now hanging out.
Fucking A.
Because I guess in the end, it doesn't really matter.
You know, when I said at the start of this idea that we were going to do uncensored, unscripted, and unfiltered, I wasn't fucking meaning for it to go down this path.
Well, you could say he's really numb now.
Words cannot begin to describe how fucked up you are right now. Oh, shit. Besides the fact that I dropped a fucking F-bomb within the first 30 seconds of the show, that statement right there is gonna get us the little E on fucking iTunes when we upload this shit.
Oh, well.
Right? Oh, fucking well. We're gonna post this shit on YouTube, and we're gonna post it Wednesday night, and it's gonna be down by Thursday morning. I fucking guarantee
Yeah,
it.
we're gonna try to monetize it, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, yeah. We can't pay you for those comments you made.
We're fucking not even 30. We just hit 25 minutes into this shit, and you're already getting a fucking heat. Good job.
But
And I thought I was the fucking heat magnet here.
talking about drawing heat, let's talk about Bad Luck Fale.
What the fuck did he do? I like Fale. He's the only real big man in Japan. He's fucking 6'4", and he's considered a big man. But I mean, the fuck you got to say about Fale?
So, at the G1 Classic, which, as of this recording, day 6 is already in the books.
Indeed.
So, Bad Luck Fale had a match against Takahashi of Los Ingonables de Japón.
Another reason I don't watch New Japan. I can't pronounce half the fucking guys' names if they're not in the Bullet Club.
Well, that's why you should watch anime.
Same reason I don't watch anime.
But anyways, so Takahashi had a match with Bad Luck Fale. So one of the things Takahashi does is he brings out a cat.
A fucking cat?
A cat.
A cat.
A cat named Daryl.
A fucking cat. He legitimately brings a fucking cat to the ring.
I should mention it's stuffed.
Oh, it's a stuffed cat.
Well, anyways, during the match with Bad Luck Fale, Fale decides, hey, I'm going to rip up Daryl.
Okay, he'll move.
So because of that, ROH is having a War of the Worlds tour in the United Kingdom, and Takahashi will now not be participating because he is mourning the loss of Daryl.
You're fucking shitting me.
No. I have seen the statements from Ring of Honor. I have seen statements from New Japan. I have seen a statement from Takahashi himself, and it's like, oh my god.
You want me to fucking go on a rant right now, don't you?
There's been a lot of stupid gimmicks. One just to make an example, I should say 2 examples. One of them is Chavo and the Hobby Horse.
Yes, that's another fucked up example.
And Perry Saturn and Moppy.
Well, at least one of those could be accredited to Shitstain himself. I'm gonna steal a phrase from Jim Cornette, the Archbishop of Talentberry, Vince Russo. So fuck Vince Russo.
No, you get it wrong. It's fuck the Revival.
God damn it! I can't fucking leave you alone for 5 goddamn seconds without you kissing Cody Rhodes' ass. No, Cody's a good guy though. But in the history of stupid fucking wrestling ideas, who the fuck says, hey, we're gonna give you a cat, and you're gonna be so emotionally attached to this cat, you're gonna fucking pull out from an event because you're fucking mourning the loss of this fucking stuffed cat.
To be honest, I believe it was Takahashi's idea to do the Daryl cat.
Alright, then if it's Takahashi's idea, fuck Takahashi. Most people know that it's a fucking work.
Yeah.
But I think if you want to have any hope of fucking drawing interest and creating a following, there needs to be at least a little bit of fucking realism here. Because if I wanted to watch... What the fuck are you gonna say?
Shinsuke Nakamura, enough said.
Alright, he's fucking believable, but still, you got shit like this going on in fucking Japan as well. And I understand entertainment
is... And where do you think Shinsuke came from? He came from New Japan.
I'm not saying he didn't do stupid shit. I mean... I've seen stupid shit, and I understand that entertainment isn't a universal concept. What we find enjoyable and entertaining over here doesn't necessarily mean it's entertaining in Japan. But Japan has fucking made so much questionable shit. I've seen, I think it was Shinsuke, worked the Invisible Man. Do you fucking guess how that went? Fucking Shinsuke was taking bumps and damn near showing everybody how everything's fucking done because he was wrestling fucking air.
Well, okay. We really can't forgive Shinsuke for that.
We also can't forgive fucking Kenny Omega for wrestling a blow-up doll and a fucking 9-year-old girl, and I think he wrestled a fucking mop or a broomstick at one point.
Don't forget about the Young Bucks super kicking a father and son.
It's people wonder why I don't enjoy modern wrestling. Now I admit there is some good stuff out there. I'm a big fan of teams like the Revival. I'm
Fuck
gonna
the
wait.
Revival.
Yep, I was waiting for that. Um, I'm a fan of like the Briscoes. Most Ring of Honor stuff I enjoy pretty well. I enjoy most NXT stuff. There's some shit that doesn't make sense. Just, but it's shit like that that makes me go, what the fuck are we doing with wrestling now?
Okay. You want to bring up that point. Let's go back a week ago to Monday Night Raw. Kurt Angle's big reveal.
You want me to fucking rant right now, don't you?
Now, the problem I had with it was the way he made it seem is like it was an affair. And you would have thought they would have brought in Dixie Carter because Dixie Carter recently did the WWE 24 on Kurt Angle.
Even though she's still the minority owner in GFW?
Actually, she is not. She has been completely removed.
Oh, she's been completely bought out?
Yep.
Oh, damn.
Why
Last
do you
I heard,
think?
she still only owned like 1% or something like that, but I guess she's been completely bought out. I'll be damned.
Well, here's the funny thing. You know why wrestlers are leaving GFW?
Why?
Because if they have an independent date, they have to pay GFW 10% of what they're to make.
It's fucking bullshit.
Not
I'm
only
sorry if they allow
not
that clause in their contract. They
not
can work independent shows. They shouldn't be required to pay a percentage of that.
not only that, it has actually been said that fucking any merchandise that has their likeness that GFW sells, they will not get anything of it.
Oh, that's bullshit too.
Because like me, I want the new Rosemary shirt.
Because you're a
That had
fucking Rosemary Mark.
because I love the design of it. It has a spider with Rosemary's head on the abdomen, and it says "Join the Hive" or "Queen of the Hive" or something like that. And I absolutely love that design because you yourself know that I have an extensive collection of independent shirts.
Indeed, you do. You have probably one of the biggest I've seen. I mean, Sign Guy's probably got you beat or
Well,
something like
probably,
that,
but
but
I mean, like, I've got Viking War Party, I've got Jake Parnell, I've got Jake Durden, uh, which I admit I wear his shirt every time I go to work for NWL, and
because you're a fucking Jake Durden
and
Mark.
he laughs. And I remember going off subject. I had a conversation with Jake, but anyways, I had a talk with Jake, and I said, okay, for one, you need to talk with creative and get rid of this fucking Jack Foster.
You want to know why they do that? So they can own the
And
name. When if they go national and he becomes a national star and he leaves, say he signs with WWE or GFW or something, if he got popular on a national scale as Jack Foster. Guess who owns the name Jack Foster?
Well, the funny thing is, when I spoke with him, he's like, "Really? Why is that?" I said, "Because when you were the first time I ever seen you was when you were an ROH top
Mm-hmm.
prospect, and you were the intelligent monster Jake Durden.
Mm-hmm.
When I started going to Dynamo Pro, you were the intelligent monster. That character is way better than Jack Foster. Because, to be honest, you are no backwoods Sasquatch.
I mean, he kind of looks like one, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, but anyways, back to the main story. Kurt Angle's reveal.
You want me to fucking rant, don't you?
Yes, please, dude.
This is the stupidest fucking shit I have ever seen. First off, a storyline comes out of nowhere, which is not a good thing. Ideally, there should be hints at a storyline. And the only hints we got in this was, oh yeah, I'm going to make a big announcement. Oh yeah, I'm going to make a big announcement. And then we finally find out fucking Jason Jordan is his kid. Now, John, you know about some of the theories going around on the internet, right?
Yeah, like
How about this? Yeah, lay that
Charmel's
one
his
out.
mother.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, but how long was Booker T and Charmel together for? Oh, wait, they met in WCW when Charmel was a Nitro girl.
The only way that storyline could work is if Booker is coming out of retirement and so is Kurt Angle.
Well, I could possibly see Kurt having a match at SummerSlam.
But other than that, think of it like this. If Booker and Kurt come out of retirement for a match, that's the only way this could really go. If Charmel is his mom, that's what we're going with.
Yeah, and I hardly see that happening because I don't honestly think that they would do it with that kind of, you know, they want to go with a story of that kind. I think they would rather keep it a secret to who the mother was.
Yeah, but if that is the case, and there's the only one direction to go. Sorry, I had to yawn right in the middle of that. There's a good storyline. If the marks catch on to where you're going, you should be able to turn it around and change it and let it, go somewhere else. Because I think there should always be an element of a surprise in a storyline. I mean, not a swerve, bro, not a swerve. All right. I think you figured out who I was doing there.
I think everyone figured it out with the bros.
Yeah, just two bros doing a podcast, bro. All right, we're just bros doing podcasts, bro. So there needs to be a little bit of a
But
oh, didn't see that coming. And right now, I think if that goes the way that everyone's thinking it's going to go, there's no way to really do that.
well, speaking of WWE, Battleground,
Oh, Jesus.
the Punjabi prison match.
It was a bad idea the first time, and the second time, and the third time. And what,
But
now
heck,
this is the fourth?
but we had a major return.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Great Khali's run. Walk in.
Yeah, it was kind of cool how they did it because all you heard was Jinder Mahal's music play. It's like, what the fuck's going on? Orton's at the top. Get the fuck out. And then all of a sudden, Raw, me Khali, me shake Cage.
Me Khali.
You fall to other side of Cage instead of falling down on this side.
Me, Kali. We're gonna put that on a fucking t-shirt.
and and I think the reason they did the whole Punjabi prison match is because, and yes, I have to do it like Jinder Mahal because it actually sounds more better when Jinder Mahal actually says it.
Yeah, and seriously though, Jinder is a good dude. Got to see him at a couple IWR
Don't hinder
shows.
gender. Don't hinder gender.
Glad he's the WWE champ now, doing his "Don't Hinder Gender." Don't hinder gender. There's another T-shirt idea. Don't hinder gender. Well, we're gonna need our own
Coming
Paroxysm
soon.
podcast shirt site.
ProWrestlingTees.com
Just
forward slash
all random
Paroxysm.
quotes from our shows. Don't hinder gender.
But
Yeah, I ain't paying them the
anyways,
money to put on their site though.
I think
Fuck that.
I think the whole idea of them doing the
We'll do made to
Punjabi
order
prison
T-shirts.
was because to bring back Kali.
Well, that was kind of obvious. I mean, he was the one that. Well, he wasn't in the first match, which was
Yeah,
odd.
wasn't it Undertaker versus?
It was like Taker and Mark Henry or
No,
something.
it was Taker and Big Show.
Oh yeah.
And
Why the fuck?
The second one.
Why the fuck have a Punjabi prison match without the Punjabi policeman, the Punjabi boss man? There's another Bruce Pritchard, fucking A English, Bruce Pritchard reference for you.
The Punjabi Playboy.
Yes, he was the Punjabi playboy.
But anyways, I was kind of happy to see the Punjabi prison match make a return because, yeah, they updated it with steel enforced bamboo.
Here's how I imagine this going. Was when it was created, everybody had their own gimmick match. Kane had the Inferno match. Taker had the Buried Alive match. I see them going, hey, Kali needs a match. Alright, so we're going to put the Elimination Chamber around a steel cage. Well, what does that have to do with him? We'll make it out of bamboo.
And we shall call it the Punjabi prison.
Hey, it could be worse. It could be like the last steel cage match they had. It could have been a salad steel cage instead of a solid steel cage.
Tish.
Yeah, also, I'll put over Bruce Pritchard again. The fuck should I be doing that? He's never put me over. Solid steel cage shirts available. BrucePritchard.com.
And, another thing that comes in mind when we talk about WWE, and that is Comic-Con.
Indeed. All the stars were out at the San Diego Comic-Con, putting over WWE to a bunch of Marvel and DC fanboys.
But also, some good things came out of it for me. There was the 2 teaser trailers for American Horror Story Cult, and the new teaser trailer for Season 8 of The Walking Dead.
Of course. Indeed, The Walking fucking Dead. John, go ahead, lay out your theory. I know you probably already have one. You watched the trailer once and you got a whole theory.
Okay, so throughout the first half of the trailer, we get, scenes that we'll see of the big war between Negan and Rick. Well, towards the end, after they show The Walking Dead Season 8, you see a cane. Then you see some flowers on a bedside with someone blurry laying in a hospital bed. Then they cut to an overhead shot. Hey, it's Rick. And he's opening his eyes.
And your point is?
They're going to fucking end it with him waking up in a coma. Hey, The Walking Dead was fake.
You want to know my thoughts on that?
What?
When the marks, and they're marks, no matter what. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a fan of wrestling or if you're a fan of The Walking Dead or Game of Thrones or whatever. If you're a fan, you're a fucking mark. That's it. So, when the marks start rumbling with theories like that, you know what I would do when I hear this shit?
Change it the last fucking second.
Well, you could do that. Or...
Just like WWE did with the Kurt Angle reveal.
Alright, you ready for this? Ready? Swerve, bro, swerve. All right. Um,
So we're going M. Night Shyamalan on this?
I guess so. But
What a
here's
twist!
here's what I would do. I would throw a little something like that in at the very end. Just a little subtle nod to it. And then you ready for this? Ready for this? All the marks get excited. Never mention it again. Never fucking mention it.
Yeah, like Vince McMahon making Trish Stratus bark like a dog on all fours.
I mean, they still acknowledge that they've done that. They just don't overtly publicize it. No, I'm saying do it once in the trailer and then never mention it again. Because fuck the marks.
Yeah, but either way, um, there's one other thing I love about Comic Con:
And that would be
the reveal of new action figures.
fucking mark.
Hey, they're coming out with defining moments. Chris Jericho when he won the undisputed WWF title.
Side note, there's another t-shirt. Fucking mark.
Uh,
Love to see that at an
plus,
indie show. Actually, they'd probably wear it with honor at like PWG or something like that.
but also we got the reveal of the Ringside Collectibles Wolfpack Macho Man.
Ooh yeah!
We got the reveal of the next line of NXT toys to come to Target, which will have DIY, Authors of Pain, uh, the Revival in Elite form.
Wait for it.
Fuck the Revival!
There it is. You fucking Cody Rhodes mark.
Hey, I was one of the people that threw down $35 at a Ring of Honor show for a Bullet Club Cody Rhodes shirt.
You're a fucking Cody Rhodes mark. We all know it.
Hey, I can't help it. He's the best in the fucking business today.
Fucking Mizark.
But anyways,
Oh, we should also do all our shirts in Carney.
Carney.
Yeah, the fucking Young Bucks would love it. They could have a Biz Cliz shirt, a fucking Mizark shirt.
Oh yeah.
Be great.
Uh,
They could wear it to the Mizik Disease. There's a fucking shit. If anybody speaks Carney, they're probably laughing their ass off right now.
that reminds me. I still have something for you here in Illinois.
I've still got something for you down here in Oklahoma. I guess we'll have to fucking take care of that when we go when we meet up in September.
You mean October? Or what? Yeah, we'll meet up in September,
Yes,
then October.
September. Then fuck, I'll have to put up with your ass for 2 months in a row. Shit.
Hey,
You know what? I might find out if you're managing somewhere while I'm up there in September. I might show up and kick your ass. All right.
I highly doubt that you
I'll
will.
fucking show up and jump your ass from behind. Chris Pritchard will ride again if my fucking knees will let me.
But anyways,
There's a fucking wrestling problem. I'm gonna beat your ass if my knees don't go out.
I believe we are getting close to the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Indeed, we are. So, John, you want to go ahead and talk about what you're doing in the world of wrestling, where people can catch you, what you're doing this week or this
Well, let's see.
weekend?
This weekend, Saturday, you can see me managing my boy David X at CHWA, Cottage Hills Wrestling Alliance. And that is it.
That's it. You got an off weekend. Well, for folks who don't know, I'm not gonna be at all these events, but I'm gonna plug them anyways. Dirty Ron McDonald gonna be out at Gathering of the Juggalos. There's wrestling, I believe, Thursday night and Friday night. Also Friday night, Mid South Wrestling Alliance, Plaza Mayor. Dirty Ron McDonald's gonna be out there. I'm gonna be there with old Dirty Ron. He's probably gonna be doing coke off somebody's back or something. I don't know. He did that at the Kensington Club. I'm gonna put over him. You can watch that shit. Fist Combat TV on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all that good shit. Saturday, IZW in Lawton. I'm gonna hopefully be down there. I might be going to the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame while I'm down there. And that's it for my wrestling weekend. I guess next week we could talk about all, because we teased about some of the bullshit behind the scenes of the business. So I guess we could do some of that shit next week. I'll be going back to school next week, so you'll probably get.
You know what? I already have the perfect title for next week.
What do you got for next week?
Breaking Kayfabe.
Are you sure Sean Oliver and Kayfabe Commentaries aren't going to sue us for that shit? Gimmick infringement?
Yeah, no. That would be like another podcast going after us because we rip off their segment Shoot and Shout.
Then they steal all our guests and try to fuck with our companies. But nonetheless, that's some shit for next week. You got anything else we're going to cover? We're going to break kayfabe, talk about bullshit in the business. We're both going to do some show reports. You got anything else?
Only thing else I got is no sleep till dent.
You're going to fucking Brooklyn?
Warped Tour!
Oh, you're going to Warped Tour. Well, fuck it. Now they give you an idea. Fuck it. I guess we might as well close the show out with, shall we break out the Beastie Boys?
Yes, we shall. Let's do it.
No sleep till
Brooklyn. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for us tonight.
Indeed. And in the words of a wise man, as he said on an album called Hydrograd, fuck this, fuck that, and fuck you too. I'm out.
And as in the words of the famous Kenny Omega, goodbye.
We're gonna fucking end the show with some words from that fucking Mark Kenny Omega. God damn it. We gotta talk about this next week.
Cause he's skeezing with a hoe.